Hey loves, it's Britt, and today I'm going to do some Synastry videos. I've been doing a lot of natal videos, which are really fun for me to do, but I want to get back to doing some Synastry requests for you guys. Keep those requests coming, by the way. Keep requesting natal, Synastry, composite. I'm adding them all to my list. So today I wanted to talk about Juno conjunct the North Node in Synastry because this tends to be a very fated soulmate connection to have in Synastry. So the North Node is where our soul is going. It is a point of destiny or fate. It's an energy that can be a little bit uncomfortable. It's kind of like going out of the comfort zone, which the comfort zone is shown by the South Node, which is always directly opposite the North Node. So the North Node is kind of like this uncharted territory that when we go there, when we embrace it, we feel like we're on track, like we're on purpose, and we can also feel true fulfillment too from living our true divine soul purpose. So, Juno, on the other hand, is an asteroid of commitment. It represents how we are in partnerships, how we commit to anything, but especially like a serious romantic relationship. So, with this connection, the Juno person feels very committed to the North Node person. And even if the Juno person is regularly like a non committal type of person, they see the North Node person, they see the qualities of that North Node person, sorry, and they want to hold on to them. They want to commit to them. They see them as someone who's like the romantic ideal in a way for them. But at the same time, because we have Juno opposite the South Node, if the North Node person is kind of not really going towards their North Node yet because it does take a bit of a process in life. It's not really something that is inherent in us usually, unless we have like many planets conjunct to the North Node in natal. It's not something that we even ever embrace because it can be so uncomfortable. So this is the exact same, right, as Juno opposite the South Node, right? So that can be a bit challenging as well, where the Juno person can try to exert an influence over the North Node person, like to help them reach their destiny. And this is kind of all going on like it's not super conscious that this is going on, but this is something that the Juno person can do, is like act as sort of a guide or a helper, a soul helper from the soul level to help the North Node person actually go towards their North Node. But it can be very frustrating for them as well because they see their potential, they see who they could be, but yet they also very obviously see their like shadow as well. And they can definitely see the node person, the North Node person, as stuck in their own negative patterns, and that could actually be something that's even preventing the node person in committing to the Juno person. Is like if they're not ready for that energy of that conjunction. The conjunction is the most powerful aspect. It's very felt, and if they're not ready to embrace that North Node, if it's too uncomfortable, if it feels scary for them, the node person might they just might not be ready for this contact. And also if there's not other compatibility elsewhere, this doesn't show necessarily like day-to-day compatibility and being able to get along in a relationship. It shows a lot of romantic attraction. It shows a soul connection, but you'd have to look at everything else to see if this really is it, right? This one contact alone, when we isolate one synastry contact, it doesn't necessarily mean that like this is an advisable union either. But this one you can definitely feel very, very powerfully. So, what does the node person feel towards the Juno person? So it depends where they're at with their nodal journey. Like I said, they can find the Juno person to be a bit serious or a bit critical of them in a way, because it is like they see their potential and they're trying to move them forward, bring them forward. But they can also really grow to seriously respect the Juno person in a big way, because the Juno person represents like a committed kind of authority figure to the node person. Like they see the Juno person just naturally embodying these qualities that they know they need, and they can feel the North Node is kind of like a it's something we want, and we can feel even kind of needy towards it, because we just like can't get enough of it, because we really know we need to go there, but it's also like this scary thing. So, or it can be this scary thing. So with the node person, it's like there's attraction, there's a lot of respect for the Juno person, and they really can see them and the way that they do relationships as really what they need in their life. It's like, this might not be what I want, but this is what I need on some soul level. And so, yeah, there can be a lot of romantic attraction on both sides, but you also would want to look at like the node person's Juno, like if that's also making contact to the other person's chart as well, because it might be that this is like a situation where the Juno person feels more, because the Juno person wants to commit to the node person, but does the node person want to commit to the Juno person necessarily? We don't know. We have to look at the rest of the synastry to see that. So you can sometimes see things like that when we've got a north node person, and then the planet person can sometimes be more attached to the node person. Not always, but sometimes it can be like that. Or it can go the other way too, though. But just with Juno, it probably is more likely that the Juno person wants commitment from the node person. While at the same time, Juno can represent things like jealousy and like possessiveness in a relationship. So the Juno person can be really like threatened in a way by the North Node person's power, by their influence, by they can really want to kind of lock them down. And like I said, even if like they're usually a non-committal kind of person, and then the Juno's conjunction North Node, like they want to lock this person down. They really feel like this could be it. This could be the ideal type of relationship, and this feels right to commit to. And it might be going against all other advice from other people, but there's something in the Juno person that's like, this feels right to commit to. This feels like I want to go all in. And then the North Node person is like, oh, I don't know. It's so scary. It's so uncomfortable. It's so not what I'm used to, but maybe I'll go for it, or maybe I won't. But it's definitely a very interesting, I would say, soulmate configuration. Even if they don't end up having an actual romantic relationship, there is still soul growth that happens specifically for the node person by just being around the Juno person, seeing how they commit to their life, how they exert that Juno energy. It really is helpful. And it's also, Juno is kind of like a feminine energy, so it's a bit of a nurturing energy. It's not as uncomfortable as certain planets conjunct to the North Node. It is kind of like a more gentle way to be brought forward to our North Node journey. And yeah, I think that it is one that is common when there's romantic feelings there, when there's a committed relationship. Also, Juno conjunct the South Node as well, although that's going to be even more past life and karmic and probably comfortable. That is also like an energy of a committed partnership. So, yeah, this was a really good request, you guys. I feel like there isn't a lot of information, and I don't even know if I am like the ultimate knower of the asteroids. Like I said, or I've said this before, I don't use many. Juno is probably the one that I look at the most because I do a lot of synastry. I do a lot of romantic relationships in my practice, right? So I do look at Juno, but other than Juno and the major asteroids, I actually don't go that deep into asteroids. I feel that there's enough with just the main planets, which might be shocking to you guys, but I do look at Juno and I do find Juno to be very significant, especially in a romantic relationship. So I'd love to know your experience of this synastry aspect. If you've had it, what was it like for you? Let me know in the comments, you guys, and thank you so much for watching this video. Talk soon. Bye.